rescue one. Sheds hit the fan, we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging deck bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them out of heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slip the doors of what you gonna do?
And happy Sunday to you folks. Welcome back to the Double S Podcast here on the Heroes Media Group Podcast Network. How the hell are you all doing? Hope you enjoyed last week's recorded stuff, but we're back live this week. Man, last weekend was awesome. Just freaking awesome. It's been forever since we've been out to good old-fashioned derb, and it was beyond cool to get back around people that share the same passion that I do for the outdoors, and just to hang out, chop it up, get out there, and then go out and do some fun fishing, man, on hands down and arguably maybe Colorado's best bass fishery in the state, being Pueblo Reservoir. I had heard stories about Pueblo Res, that you could fish this way, any way you wanted to, this and this. And I'm like, yeah, man, yeah, cool. But pretty much all I had seen up to that point was still drop shotting and Ned rigging, right? That was still what I had seen time and time again. But they're not bullshitting me, man. Dude, I caught fish on deep diving crankbaits this time at 16 feet down. I was cranking up culling green fish in Colorado. So yeah, and one of our guests here tonight also was buzz baiting his tail off and whooping on stuff. So yeah, it's one of the few lakes in this state that you can truly fish like any kind of angler that you want to be, and whoop it. And then of course our guest of honor, two-time state champ, going back to the Natty again, Miss Leslie Allee, aka the Champ. She's here. Hey, before we get going too much further, let's pay the bills. Let's get all that bad stuff, bad boy stuff knocked out of the way here. Where am I going? There we are. Every episode of the Double S Podcast on this season brought to you by the Romans Warrior Foundation. Big things are brewing out there in Romans Warrior Foundation land. They have been busier than a one-armed paper hanger. They've been moving the wall, the GWAT wall, moving that around. They're right now, I believe, in Panama City, Florida is where they're at right now with the wall, which is amazing. Go check it out there. There's a lot of good stuff coming down. There's going to be ways that you can help with your mobile memorial here, the only mobile memorial in the United States that's dedicated to the entire GWAT era. That's 83 forward. Pretty much my generation's Vietnam, man. And that's because of the Romans Warrior Foundation and all the work they're doing. Hashtag helping is healing. We do our small part in that process as well with the Field Ops Division, man. That's where we got our starts, where all this began. That's what the TPO is set up to do. Of course, the Heroes Media Group, Adam Bird, and all he has done to help give us a platform out there with my amazing co-workers, if you will, the other podcast hosts. Man, check out the Heroes Media Group. There is something for everybody out there, the podcast that we have out there. If you're looking for resources, if you want an entertainment, from cybersecurity to VA benefits, you name it, man, it's on the Heroes Media Group. So check them out. Go check out all the great stuff there, and we love us some Adam Bird. And of course, HMG Beverage, sister company to Heroes Media Group. You like coffee, you like kick-ass coffee, go check out HM Beverage. My personal favorite is Kickstart. All right, so that stuff's squared. Gonna run some stuff by you folks here real quick. Is Wall coming to Colorado this year? Craig tuning in. Hey, how are you, Craig? No, sir. We're already closing in on the end of October, going into November, and there's been no community yet that has sealed the deal for Colorado to get the Wall in here. But I'll tell you this. I'm going to give you a little secret. My man down south, Brick, has been working hard to put us in contact and get some good conversation going with a VFW down in Colorado Springs. we are going to try our best to see if we can get maybe some municipal support here from the community of Colorado Springs there to see to help the VFW with this and see if we can get the wall into the Colorado Springs area for next year sometime. So first and foremost, we got to see if we can make sure to get it here. This thing's coming from Alabama. These things, this wall does not travel cheap. We just had the trailer shred a wheel bearing on this last run to Panama City, so they're getting repairs done on the road. We're working on a new trailer, so yeah, we'll work out the details, Craig. We're seeing if we can get it in here, and there's a good chance we might get it into the Colorado Springs area next year. So we're Brick's going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. Brian Rome's will work on it. We'll work with the local area there and see if we can maybe a tourism area can help fund the trip to bring us in. Could be super cool. And if we do that, we're going to try to get the Stop 22 in there. You hear in the background here our intro music, Sal Gonzalez. He is part of the Stop 22 Tour, United States Marine Corps vet. And along with Stephen Cochran, we've got just a long list of amazing veteran singer-songwriter artists on the Stop 22 Tour. So we'll see if we can bring some of that in also. Let's see here. Yeah, so we'll get to that other stuff later. Hey, buddy check. If you haven't done it yet, do it. You know of somebody that's out there. Send them a text, send them a phone call, check on them, see how they're doing. As we get to the end of October here, a lot of the tournament season might be over for a lot of anglers out there, but it's still great fishing time. Still a good time to get out there. But above all, it's an easy time of the year to get bogged down in the day to day. So do your best and reach out to at least one or two folks out there. Just check on them, see how they're doing. If you got the bandwidth, man, go grab a beer, right? Go grab some lunch, grab some dinner, whatever. Just check on each other. As we've fixed our tagline to be tight lines, be safe, and take care of each other, that last bit really means quite a bit. Let's make sure we're all doing what we can to reach out. That includes, if you know of local first responders as well, man. Let's see here. What do we have here on the little quick updates? If you guys saw on our social media channel, we had the distinct honor of going to a Westminster Chamber of Commerce event that was business after hours, and it was hosted at the Westminster PD. What an awesome evening. Not only was it a great night to network with other businesses in the Westminster area, but what it was our chance finally to speak with a couple individuals there that are in charge of special events with the Westminster PD. Our hope, obviously, is to start getting some of our Leos there and getting them out on the water at Stanley Lake or anywhere else we can go with them. And just our way of saying thank you to them, right? And so awesome deal there. But on top of it, there was a tour involved. Dude, if you saw the video, they had a flashbang that they fired off out there. The video didn't do it justice, man. The concussion from that thing outside was pretty intense, pretty impressive. And to know that the primary usage of those bad boys are indoors, that's a ton of fun. And the Tesla that was sitting close to us did not like the concussion on the flashbang. It set off the alarm on that and started sending it through quite the routine. Those Tesla alarms are pretty humorous to listen to towards the end. But then we got a chance to see in a rare situation, they took us through dispatch. Man, what a cool setup that was going on in there. And you want to talk about monitor envy. Good Lord. Those things are like they had like 2-3 monitors, and each monitor is like 36 inch, 42 inch, something like that. It was ridiculous. But there's a lot of work going on there. And what we found out is not a lot of PDs have dispatch at the PD. So it's quite an interesting deal with Westminster having that. But from their chief all the way through, what a cool, awesome group of people. Westminster, you're very lucky to have that PD protecting and serving that area. Super awesome. And then check out the pictures of the SWAT vehicle, because I'm saying that would look good towing some kayaks. That's all I'm saying. It would look pretty good. I'm pretty sure we could get a kayak hitch on the back and get a few of them in there. So, all right, I think that's about it for now. Let's go ahead and get our patiently waiting guest in the back here. I can see them in the green room. First, let's go ahead and bring in the man sitting in second place at the end of the day. He was sitting in first place at day one. I thought for sure he's going to walk away with this thing. Champ ran him down, though, unfortunately for him. But that still is awesome because we had enough people to be able to send 2 people to the national championship. Mr. Nic Wetherill. Let's go ahead and bring him in here. What's happening, brother Nick? How you been? You're muted.
Hey, what's going on, Gene? How are you?
Good, buddy. Good. All right, Leslie, there you go. And now let's go ahead and bring her in here. Hang on a sec. We'll set this up right. That's right. Let's bring in the champ. Boom. There she is. That's right. Thank you. 2-time champ, Miss Leslie Allee.
Hey guys.
Thank you guys for joining us here tonight, man.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Leslie.
Hello.
So yeah, man, I don't know if you guys had as much fun as I did. Now, mind you, I haven't been to a lot this year. I did just enough to qualify for the state championship, and then I was busy on doing a bunch of other stuff. But man, that was just a fun weekend. Great weather. Fishing was phenomenal. Seeing everybody was awesome. I mean, was it the same? Was it still the same for you guys, that same, or was it just kind of like, yeah, it was cool, but it was just another tournament. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it was, kind of the last day or last, weekend for fishing tournaments, and then get to hang out, at camp and see everybody. And the wind was a little bit wild on the afternoon of day one, but other than that, the weather was awesome. The fish were biting, at least for me. So I had a great weekend.
Yeah. I almost actually forgot about the wind on day one, to be honest with you, totally, because we got a chance to fish up to like noon. How much did that change what you were doing, Leslie, for day one there, knowing that we were going to call it off at noon? Did it speed you up? Did you feel rushed?
I think first day, I think I ended up in third. I think I was in third place that day. And honestly, I think everybody was saying, oh my God, why are we quitting? Because it was totally perfect. When Eric and I got our kayaks to the shore, it was just wham. I mean, the way it was bad. It was really bad. Did it change what I was doing? What changed what I was doing was the tournament for the CKFC, actually. I kind of knew. And watching the weather, I knew the weather was going to kick up, and for how I fish, I knew I had to tweak what I was using because of the wind. So, yeah,
Sweet.
I guess it.
That's awesome. And that's what's super cool is seeing the adjustments that we make out there with that stuff. Nick, when you were going into day one there, I'm going to put this up here, dude. You put a bag together. I mean, that was a healthy day with an 18.5 kicker. Nick, did that change much of what you were looking at, knowing that we were cutting off at noon, or were you just like, no, we're just going to we're going to get after the bite and see where it ends up?
Yeah, my pre-fish didn't go great. If we were fishing it on pre-fish day, I would have had 12 and a half. So this was just an area that I didn't check. Last year it produced well, had a top water bite, even though I couldn't get on it. This year I got on it. I caught a lot of fish on day one. I think I caught, 14 or 15 keepers.
Oh my gosh, yeah, 5 + 6 it shows on the submission there. Awesome.
Yeah, and by the end, I probably caught 5 little 13 and a halfers. I just couldn't get it to go. But as far as the wind helped my bite. Anytime the wind started picking up a little bit, I started getting bit again. So that helped me big time.
Well, you'll notice all the way down in 12th on this picture, a couple 13 and a halfers would have done me well. Because I was sitting in 12th, and yeah, that's all I could find. 14 was the biggest fish I could lock in.
Yeah.
The area that I was in, I knew there was a couple decent quality fish, and I wasn't trying to win it on day one myself where I was fishing. But from last year, I knew that, no, there should be a couple decent quality size fish down in there, some 16s or maybe 17s. And I thought, well, that'll set me healthy for day one, right? I should be doing good there. good God, I fished the whole thing. And of course, right when I leave, like an hour later, some guy that had another kayak that wasn't fishing with us, he goes in there and I'm like, so how'd you do? And he's like, dude, right when you left, went in there, caught a 2.5 pounder. And I'm like, yeah, of course you did, pal. Of course you did. I only spent 4 hours in there. It's okay. But no, so after day one, Nick, you were smashing away there. Leslie, you also, I mean, you were bagging up fish. There's no doubt about it. And what you had, but yours, see, the thing I liked about looking at you, it's just consistency across the board. 16.5 was as big as you had, but also only 14.75 was the smallest. So you were on
for that
quality fish. Yeah, for day one.
I kind of knew from day one, I thought, you know what? I always say top 5, if you're consistent for the 2 days, you can win, and I just thought if they're still where they're at and doing what I need them to do, which they usually are, and I can get them in the net, I can be consistent. So
I want to ask this, Leslie.
Okay.
I love the way you approach fishing out there. I've learned actually a ton from you. It helped me reconnect this year.
Okay.
And that is to just take in the experience. You know what I mean? Stop letting the clock in the background dictate. I don't have to go learn something every time I'm out there. I'm there, and I'm damn thankful for the fact that I get a chance to do what we're doing. And lo and behold, I now am actually old dog learning new tricks, and now I am back to actually being able to bank some fish up. So I want to know, with that approach, I personally thought, in the talking that I've had a chance to do with you, you went into this thing not with just the purpose to kind of hang out and be there to enjoy the fish. You were there coming for that second title. I mean,
I think
you were there to win.
I go into every tournament wanting to win. But I'm okay if I don't. I think that's kind of I'm usually pretty humble about wherever I end up, because I go in wanting to win because it's a tournament, you know what I mean? But I'm totally happy if I come in 15th, or I always shoot for top 10. But yeah, I'm still a little bit in shock, but I went in wholeheartedly that weekend wanting that shield. Yeah, for sure.
That's badass. I love it. I love it.
I learned something new this past tournament myself. And I'll share that with you guys here in a little bit. But I feel like it's I don't know, at my age and stuff, this point in my life, just being able to physically do it, being able to get away from the house and actually compete and actually really put my all into it, that's the big picture right there. So, and then if you catch the fish, hi, Annie, that's my daughter. If you catch the fish and you place, I mean, that's just cherry on top, right? So,
hell yeah.
But yeah, I want to win. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. And Nick, dude, you're no stranger now to this topic. We all knew this. I mean, we knew. I think Norton last year was the bell being rung that, okay, I'm here now, suckers. We all knew you were like on the edge, ready to go. We knew every time you got in an event, like it's just a matter of time before he picks one off. And then, Chen pulled that move that took you. We thought for sure you had the thing. Chen sandbagged his way to a deal. I always give Chen.
Yeah, that guy's hard to beat for sure.
Chen had he's we love our some Chen Char there doing good stuff, but we knew it was coming, and then sure, lo and behold, boom, dude, you locked it down this year, got that win. Here you are, day one, with a strong 80-inch bag out the gates there. When you went into this, I mean, did you think you were on a winning fish pattern up there?
No.
No.
I mean, I'm glad you all thought I was gonna, I was due for one, because I didn't think I was. But no, I had no plan going in. My pre-fish, like I said, did not go well, so I just went in and fished my strength. luckily got on a buzzbait bite, which is I love a buzzbait bite, so I'll throw it all day as soon as I get bit, and that's essentially what I did. They wouldn't bite anything else for me
Wow.
other than a jig and minnow. And that was more of a day 2 thing than a day 1 thing. I found that pattern later on day 1, just because I was looking for other stuff and I was trying not to burn that spot down completely. Um, I, I knew I had decent fish. I've never had a over 80 in Pueblo, so I just didn't want to lose it on day 1.
Sure.
That
Well,
was what I was going for.
Well, and that's the old adage, right? I mean, I've been around this game a long, long time, and one thing I learned way back in the days in the boat tournaments is that on these 2-day tournaments, you can't win them on day 1, but you can damn sure lose them, right? So you gotta make sure that you at least go out there, get that limit in, and just get yourself something decent. It's always the question, how far out of first, can I be and still be all right? How far behind? You just never know, right? I mean,
You
Leslie,
can't give up. You can't give up because look at that tournament CKFC. I mean, first place ended up way down second day, and someone that was down won it. So it's just kind of like
2-day tournaments change the game up, man. You got to have enough groceries there to get you through, right? You got to make sure whatever you're doing, you got to have a plan for that. How much, Leslie, did the no practice for the week leading up? Number one, did you dig that? Number two, how much did that change what you learned at CKFC with the fact that you can't touch the water now for like a week leading up? Give us your thoughts on that.
I'm the same as I've always been. I don't pre-fish. I never have, never will. And I think the only time I've ever pre-fished is when I joined like a multi, because it was before the bass or something like that, and I joined both tournaments. But I think it actually clogs my brain a little bit and skews what I'm going to do the day of. I just want to go in fresh, and I just want to, I always look at color of water, temperature, structure, how high is the water, how low is the water, temperature outside, and wind. And then I make a plan. You know what I mean? Now, if I don't know, if it's a brand new lake that I've never been to, I kind of like to go around and look around, but I don't really cast, and I don't really try to catch fish. I just kind of scope the lake out.
Yep.
That's just my way of doing things.
Back in the boat days, most of our time, at least those of us who had started to travel and do this, most time was seat time. Eating a peanut butter and jelly and looking at side scan, right? And we're looking for brush piles, we're looking for logs and laydowns, because that doesn't move, that doesn't change. Fish change and move, right? But
Yeah.
you're looking for seasonal, kind of what are they in? What's the game are they in? And every now and again, like if you got there early, you'd do a little fishing. But yeah, the days leading up, there wasn't a whole lot of fishing. It was more just scoping things out. What I found is with the kayaks too, it's ramp access when you're going to new places, but with Pueblo, you kind of know what you got, right?
Yeah.
You know what's
Exactly.
there. Literally, I got there on Friday myself, and I drove to N1 Cove because that's where I wanted to launch. And what I noticed about it was I forgot how damn muddy it is down here. It's real muddy, and the water was ridiculously lower than what I thought. I was like, yo, that's like 20 foot down from where it was. I'm like, wow. So a lot of what I wanted to fish wasn't going to be in play. So it's like, well, what the hell? It's our game plan. Let's go for it. We're just going to see what's here. And yeah. But
And I think that's neat when I always try to, share that with others that are fishing kind of the same place or the same place often, is when the water is really low like that, take a sit back and look around you. You know what I mean? take photos, soak it all in, because when the water's way up, then you know what you're doing in that area. Like, get to know your area really well.
dude, Horsetooth.
Yeah.
Get up there in November and drive around that thing and look at all of the boulders and the rock piles that are about to be covered in water come April and May. Yeah, you'll find all kinds of underwater smally structure out there. Unfortunately, they're all 9 inches right now for some damn reason. But
I haven't been out there in a while.
yeah, it's been a hot minute. Yeah, that's that much is certain. Nick, so when you launched, you were way up northwest. Yes, is that where you guys went?
No, I was South Ramp.
Oh, you went South Ramp.
Yep.
Outstanding.
I was in. I think it's called Boggs Cove. It's right there off of the South Ramp. So you go off the South Ramp and just take a left all the way back. That's where I was day one. The whole time
awesome.
Day one.
And that's what I love, the fact that here we have any part of that lake. So you're down south, Leslie's up north. I'm not sure where it was. Brian White, was he down there with you or was he up west?
I think he was south.
He was south as well.
South. Yep.
And then you had Alex, Eric was up there. So yeah, north and south both in play with 75 plus inches, because now Flanagan's in 6th at 75 and a half on day one. And I know he was up northwest up there.
Yep. He went to Turkey Creek.
Yep. Same with
he was up there with Jason Bricklin, my partner.
Exactly.
So we were all in really different places.
And
all doing very different things.
And that's what I love, man. This is in my opinion, it's the only reservoir we have that is that you're capable of doing things like that on. I don't know. Maybe there might be another one out there, but I haven't seen it yet. So that was,
I was fishing grass, which that normally is not my choice, at all. But
with your buzz
I
bait?
was fishing grass the whole time.
Yeah. And I was on the flat, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Sometimes I go toward the dam, but I actually didn't go that way this time.
I was going to say, I was down by the dam and I didn't see on day one down there. I thought for sure I would. So I was actually planning to circle out. If you came down, I was going to circle out to kind of get out of your way and let you go there. Cause I saw the standings there going, okay, well, yep, someone's doing a hell of a lot better than I am up here. So I'll maneuver.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we get through day one, the wind blows in, we have an awesome, expensive, but awesome dinner over at the local place, Buckshot, I think was the name of the place there.
Oh, fun.
You had Eric making you dinner, right?
Oh yeah. He cooked me up. Yeah.
That's awesome.
What'd you make me? Wendy's. Yeah.
Wendy's, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Bad idea. Okay.
I was gonna say, you poor girl, caught in the hotel room with old Freckles and Wendy's.
It makes for entertaining reads on Facebook, though.
Yeah,
they are the best reads.
It's all very true, you guys. I'm sorry, but it is.
He is a wordsmith, I'm telling you, and it doesn't matter the topic. It's poetry in motion there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hang on. I believe he says, excuse me, it was Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. It was Chick-fil-A, you guys.
What do we have here? Fishing with Flanagan. What's up, buddy? There. Howdy, Hammers. Can't wait to see what these two do in Knoxville. That's right. So it is coming to Knoxville. It's awesome. And then what do we have here? Tuffy. I'm not sure who this is. It says, what's up, teammate? I'm not sure who Tuffy is, but what's up? Appreciate you tuning in, man, on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm not sure. He's a teammate to somebody.
Must be. Maybe it's Bricklin?
No, not that I was aware of. Oh, it might be. Look at that. It's an Arkansas. It is Justin. Okay. Yep. Is Tuffy the name of that pig that Arkansas has as their mascot? Or I'm sorry, boar, warthog, Pumbaa with teeth. No, I'm asking Justin.
I don't know my partner well enough.
Right.
That's what it is. What it is.
This must be his YouTube channel. It's Tusk. Oh, Tusk is his name. Gotcha.
Okay.
Pumbaa with bad teeth. Gotcha. All right. Cool. So where were we going? Yes. So get through that day 2. We're going to have a full day here. I'll share mine because it's less consequential or important. Then we'll get into yours. I literally didn't know where in the hell I was going to launch until that morning. I sat in my truck eating my hard-boiled eggs and my yogurt having my breakfast at like 5 in the morning there in my truck with music on it. I'm like, is it south or north? I know I'm not going back to the muddy N1 Cove again because that just didn't produce. And so literally I'm like, you know what? I know more about north. I've only been down south once or twice, I think, at our Veterans Day deal last year, Nick, that we were at. That was one of the few times that I've launched south. I just don't know enough about it. I don't have as much stuff marked down there. So I'm like, you know what? I've got stuff marked up north, so let's go that way. Kind of had an idea where other people were at, and I was like, you know who's not here? Brother Kenny. And I know where Brother Kenny fishes up here in the marina area. He goes back to the hole back there. So I'm like, I'm going back there. And literally, that's where basically I sat most of the day. And wow. The bait fish were moving into that area. There was a couple channeled areas. We had ourselves a day with that bad boy here. But so on day 2 comes in Bricklin. I don't know where Brick, if you're still watching, where did you launch on day 2? But yeah, it was a kind of a change up. Several of us said we felt like it fished better, but now did you guys not feel that way? Was day 2 harder for you? Nick, let's start with you. Was the buzzbait bite still down south for you, or what'd you do to attack day 2?
So starting out, I went back and did the exact same thing. I just went and hit my high percentage spot. Got back on a buzzbait bite, and everything was going great. I was catching fish every other cast. And then I had to start fixing the buzzbait. I
no!
Burned the front of the rivet off. So I couldn't get it to run right. So I'd fixed it a couple times, caught a couple fish on it. Day 2, I caught a 16.5, and I was kind of getting on a roll, and buzzbait done. That was kind of my whole day 2. Every time I got on a roll, something would happen, and then I just wouldn't be on it anymore. Or I would miss the bite. Like I broke off and twisted up, got a wind knot. Like everything was happening. Buzzbait break, and I started spinning out. It was not good. But basically, Bricklin and I basically switched day 1 and day 2. I led day 1, and he was down, in the 12-13 realm, and day 2 I was down in the 12-13 realm, and he won day 1. So for the team event, it kind of worked well, but it made for some concern on day 2. I thought I was screwing this deal up, and I was just going to burn it down all the way. But
dude, when people
luckily,
ask, do you really need 6 of that same buzzbait? Yes, we do. Yep. We need the same thing multiple times over.
and I was thinking about the time when I was holding it right before I left and went, oh no, it's all good, and threw it down on the floor. When I got back here, Sunday night, I was like, well, I got you now. I could have used you about 6 hours ago. But I got lucky and pulled it off. So,
Leslie, you once again playing the consistency kills maneuver. You had another solid day, 76 inches. That puts you the 5th best bag there on day 2 as well.
Yeah.
What changed, or did you just rinse and repeat from day 1 again? Just kind of moving, was it a similar area? If any of my questions are too much the juice, you tell me just to go pound rocks, and I'll change something up. Feel free to.
I think you have to give up all the juice, I think.
I'm fine with sharing. Day 2 actually was slower. I don't know if it was colder, actually, if I remember right. I was actually very cold that morning, and my fingers weren't working very well, when you're trying to tie on. And I always have a towel on my chair because I'm a girl, you know what I mean? And you got a little pony or whatever, but I put it over my legs. I was like cold. It was freezing. I didn't get my 5 until it was almost like 10 o'clock.
Oh,
whereas
wow.
As day 1, I had 5 by 8 or whatever. And so it just started off slower. It was colder, and the bite was a little bit slower, but it just turned out to be a really fun day. I think I shared with you at the awards or whatever. My daughter calls me, I have my earphone in and I'm going around this corner and I hear, the Mexican music playing, this family's out there setting tents up or whatever. And I'm like, kind of like, just kind of going around and looking at everything. And I hook up and I'm like, oh God, you know what I mean? This is big, and in my heart, I'm thinking, this is what's going to put me close to first. I have to land this, you know what I mean? And so I tell my daughter, hold on, dear, hold on, you know what I mean? And she's okay, and so I'm reeling it in and I scoop, I get it in the net, and that elated feeling when it's in the net. And I sit back in my seat and I look, I turn to the left and there's this entire Mexican family. I mean, grandma, grandpa, kids, dad, cousins, and they are cheering me on. You know what I mean? And I had no idea they were watching me the whole time, so I had my earphones in. And I sat back in my seat, and I'm not gonna lie, at that point I thought, this is my day. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I took the hook out of its mouth. That was my 17.25 actually.
Uh-huh.
And I get probably 5-10 feet from the shore, and I hold it up, and they're all clapping, and then I turn around and I put it in the other hand, and I'm clapping. There was a little baby boy, and he's like, Senorita, and I'm like, yeah, this is my day, and I'm measuring it. I don't even know how to explain it. It made me so happy.
That is so cool.
Yeah, and I've never had that happen before. You know what I mean?
Nick, did you have any fans where you were at?
Did you have a family?
Me neither, dude. Me neither.
I couldn't believe it. It was they were so happy. None of them spoke English. We couldn't communicate, and I was like, I'm in a tournament. They have no idea what I'm saying.
Smile and nod.
Yeah, and I forgot my daughter was on the phone. I'm like, oh my God, I think I just caught the winning fish. She's like, what? Yeah, it was a lot. So when I tell Eric those stories, he's like, you're doing what? You're on the phone? You know what I mean?
That
do.
is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So
and Eric called your win that morning too, I think.
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
I'm telling you what, if this was a manifested weekend, it was, because our buddy Brian White the night before, when he said, make the identifier Ned, and I looked at him and I said, you just called it, dude. You just made it happen. And then Eric did his video. I didn't even watch that till on our way home. I didn't even know he did that. Yeah, that's just the way it is.
So, and I found this too myself, Leslie. I don't know if I tried, I have actually, believe it or not, somewhere somebody's going to fall out of their chair. I have no problem. I have no problem drop shotting now. It took me a little bit of a year to feel comfy with it. I have a special rod that I use because I don't like messing up too many of my other rods with drop shotting. So I just have one special rod that I use. And I tried to get the drop shot to go, and it just didn't seem to. Ned was the only thing of the finesse baits that I could get to really be reliable to strike. And that's, if memory serves, that's what you were killing them with. Yeah.
I always stick to a couple simple presentations. I can use a frog. I can use I can do all those things, and I have done them. Trust me. He's shown me every sort of thing you can think of to use, but I just really enjoy fishing these certain things. That's
the most Leslie story ever from Flanagan. That is so awesome.
I always start. We've talked about this at the ISE or whatever when we did our bass presentation. I start off with I like unpainted jigs. I just do. Yep. I feel confident with them. I'll throw them, and I have. I'll start with it depending on the color of the water and the tent. I'll start with either my darkest, or my lightest, and I know right away because I feel like I know where the fish are at that point, you know, like I can have a feeling. And then I know if I get bit right away, that's the avenue I'm going with. And if I don't, I go from dark to light with the bait, but I don't change my presentation
Nice.
because I'm confident in them. You know what I mean?
That's huge. That's huge.
And it works for me. Now this tournament was a little bit different for me. I've never had to do this before. The CKFC tournament that I fished, the first day I came in second. And the second day, I kid you guys not, I lost in the very early morning 6 to 7 big fish in a row. And it bothered me. I mean, I think I ended up in seventh, but I'm telling you, I was telling Eric on the way home, not bragging, I would have won. I would have won because if I would have landed those, and I said every single time I brought them up, they jumped and spit my Ned. And I've never had that happen before. I keep my rod low. You know, I do everything I did everything that I have always done. And I lost 6 to 7 huge fish in the morning.
Dang.
And it just ate at me. And so, of course, I'm picking his brain and all this stuff. And what I needed to do, I'm going to show you guys this is my tackle box. This is my only tackle box that I use. So what I needed to do, let's see, where is it?
I was going to say,
wait, I'm sorry, Leslie. Did you say that's the only tackle box you take out there?
Yeah. Okay. So this is like
Yeah.
Can you say that?
yeah, Nick.
I'm paying attention.
Look how short it is, right?
Yep.
So what we figured out was it wasn't sitting at the bottom long enough. It needed to be heavier. And then on top of that, they were eating the bait, but not all the way, if that makes sense. So by the time I would get it up, it would just, you know, and spit it out. And so my awesome husband.
I was going to say, Freckles went to work, didn't he?
He did. And I posted actually my bait. It was a joke. I said my husband's flirting with me. But those were they were actual baits that he created or that he made for me. So you can see the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference there.
Yep. Much longer. Yep.
And
Longer
I'll
shank.
tell you what, I didn't lose one fish this past tournament. So it's heavier, and then the shank much longer and a heavier wire. So every fish that took that, and I waited a little bit. So normally when I feel it, I'll set the hook. I actually made myself wait a couple more seconds and then set the hook. So it was all about getting them to take the whole thing, you know, in their mouth. So
I'm going to be sending a text here shortly after the podcast to old Freckles.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be
he
putting an order in for those long shanks Neds you got there.
didn't lose one. I'm telling you guys, they didn't spit one out.
I love it.
Yeah, but it's those sorts of little things. Like you said, you learn something every time. And I lost big, but I learned big. You know what I mean? Like through that loss, I learned what I needed to do the next time.
So you take one terminal tackle box with you and a bunch of bag of Neds.
That's my box, folks. That's my box.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of bags of plastics. I have moving baits and I have, you know, swim baits, all that stuff. They're in the truck. I mean, I had a football head. I was gonna do tubes, you know. That was my next switch because the drop shot wasn't working.
Yeah.
So I knew I needed to get out deep, and I knew I needed to get to the bottom.
Yep.
And it was either going to be the larger Ned or a football head with, you know. But, yeah, I think that sometimes if you lose the tournament and you kind of sit back and kind of process what could I have done different or what was happening, like you having the extra of the same and all that, those are like big things that you can put into your next. That's pre-fishing for me. So
I love it. Nick, How hard would it be to reduce you down to 6 boxes?
Yeah, I don't take a whole bunch of. I mean, I have one terminal box, and
Yeah.
then I have 2 boxes that have some chatterbaits and some other stuff. But I go crazy on soft plastics, and I go crazy on swim baits. I'll have 3 different kinds of 3-inch swim bait and 3 different colors, and I'll
Yeah.
have, and then yeah, I'm a dumpster fire when it comes to tackle. Like just that thing is there's so much crap in this
How
room.
to
It's
get
crazy.
that in a kayak by Nick.
Yeah, and
Well, I mean,
I took
Eric will
10
have
rods.
11 rods. Yeah. You guys
Yeah.
are crazy. You guys are crazy. Yeah.
I just don't like retying out on the water. That's what a lot of that can be narrowed down to laziness as well. But
If I figure out what I'm going to do, I'll tie the same thing on 4 times. You know what I mean?
right,
Yep.
I'm
yeah,
with you.
I had 4 buzz
If you're
baits
on
tied
fire
on.
and you're,
that
yeah,
day.
you want to just grab one and keep going. Yeah.
You know, and that's it's part of that whole mentality. And I don't know what it is other than if you do enough tournament fishing, it helps develop a strong case of FOMO for you, right? Because inevitably you're out there, and if the bite isn't working, where our mind tends to go, and it's so stupid, but it does, is if I would have just had this that's sitting in the truck, I'd have probably been okay. When at the end of the day, we know damn well it wasn't that bubblegum colored, stickworm that was going to change your whole world for you. But still, it's that FOMO, man. That's real. It'll make you pull that stuff out.
Well, in the no pre-fish aspect.
Exactly,
really,
Eric. Just what I was
you said.
saying. Never know when you'll need a rainbow trout sluggo from 1989.
Yeah.
You ain't
You never
lying,
know.
dog. You ain't lying.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it was the no pre-fish too. I pre-fished the weekend before just to really see depth, clarity, and then rough temperature because I hadn't been at Pueblo except for the CKFC event in months, and it had changed a lot from those 2 events for me at least.
Yeah.
But the no pre-fish, I went out there not knowing what they were going to hit, and I could have really saved a lot of time. I could have had 2 buzz baits and 3 rods and done everything that I did.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth, right? I mean, like Lovell talks about this, and he'll take, his arsenal out there, but inevitably if things get tough, he's backed. He's got 1 rod and reel in his hand. He's locked in until he gets that limit, till he's in here. Big shout out to Lovell for securing that AOI title. That was awesome. We weren't sure how that was going to work out. A tiebreaker between he and Arledge. How freaking awesome was that? Came down to inches.
Me
It
and
was Nick.
Jason.
Oh, was it you guys for AOI? It was you? I thought it was Arledge that tied with him.
Bro, I got second a lot that weekend. I got a lot of second places that weekend.
Yeah, you did. Well, shit, man. Congratulations. See, we all, it didn't surprise me. That's what I'm saying. We knew your time was there, dog. It was coming. Yeah.
I'll
Well,
never
Lovell
forget.
whooped me in
Yeah.
inches, so he was way ahead.
That
Yeah.
is super cool. That is super cool that the 2 of you, came down to the end there for that bad boy.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Leslie. What were you saying?
It's okay. I just remember there was a couple seasons where I kept getting second or whatever. And I remember Paul Roth came up, I said, I just can't seem to get past second. And he's like, you will. And sure enough, that was when I got the first championship. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, you'll be doing it for sure.
Oh, I was super happy with second this time. This
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
one of the only times I'm like, second's not so bad. This
Hey,
time
honey.
you get a little Willy Wonka ticket to the big show.
Yeah.
So.
That brings us to day 3. We lined the day out here, 2-day totals. Looking awesome here, man, all the way through. Those are some stout numbers here, and punched the ticket to the national championship for you guys. So what do we know so far about this? We know Knoxville, Tennessee area. We're just still not, they haven't announced the body of water for the kayak deal, have they?
No.
No.
The
No,
classic's
but I'll
going to
tell
be
you-
on the river again, so
Yep.
it could be Chick again.
It's a long drive, I'll tell you that.
I was going to say 2 years ago, that's where you went, right, Leslie?
So it was 2023.
Yep.
It was Chattanooga. It was Chickamauga. Yeah. And
I
I
remember
learned a lot from that.
I remember the weather poured on you on that one. I remember seeing those pictures. You got soaked.
It rained nonstop. I was kind of fresh into the whole scene, so I didn't have a motor uh, on Chickamauga, and we didn't have a lot of time. So literally, we drove 2 days. So we drove to Kansas City, stayed the night from Kansas City to Chattanooga, drove around the lake. I didn't have time to pre-fish, and then the next day was the tournament. I fished 2 days. It rained nonstop. My goal was to be top 100, and I think I made 99th place. So
Nice.
but I'll tell you what, I mean, going and embracing the suck, like I know now what to do. So if it's Chickamauga, I know what to do now.
Feeling better about it.
Yeah.
Got some comments here. Hey, those sluggos were bombed down in the south, so he's agreeing with it. Eric says he won pre-fishing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric pre-fished a lot.
Those 89 helicopter lures were better, though. Nice. I don't even remember those. And then Craig says, I think it was Fishful Thinker that suggested that you go out with a buzz bait on a kayak to learn that particular bait that you will learn. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. If you want to really get into a new technique, just make sure it's the only thing you take with you and just force yourself to fish it. And go through that for sure. I do remember those days. I don't do that shit anymore. I just go to fish. I just go to fish and have fun, and lo and behold, I'm feeling cleaner there myself with the whole thing. And so, but again, I'm not. It's a different deal now. I'm going to be real picky about what's going on and what fisheries are out there. I'm not chasing AOI stuff. We're so busy now on the TPO side that I just don't have time. We've got weekly engagements between TPO and the Heroes on the Water stuff going on, so we're constantly out on the water, and we're still trying to put that stuff as a primary. But Nick, have you ever fished out in the Tennessee area, that whole TVA, that area? Have you ever fished any of that stuff?
Nope. I've never fished Tennessee. I've only been to Tennessee one time in my life, and I was like 15. And I definitely didn't go there to fish. So I'm going to be going in completely blind. I plan on getting there hopefully 3, 4, 5 days prior.
Nice.
Get some launches and some areas figured out and start breaking down the puzzle. I've been on, Google Maps and whatever all around the Knoxville area for the last week, just trying to figure out every body of water in the area to see where it's going to be. I was hoping they were going to release it this weekend, but I'm looking right now and they did not release it yet.
No, I wonder. Yeah, I hope they do it soon.
Yeah, the schedule for 2026 is not up at all.
What do we have here? We got Straws. What's up, champs? There's our beloved tournament director for the CKB, Mr. Straws. And then you also have, great job, you hammers from my homie, Mr. Jason Lovall. Jason, you running down the highway right now, buddy? How many you got behind you? 3? 2 or 3, something like that. He's a madman. Oh, you got the pooch. Nice.
Shelby.
I was like, what is moving on that screen there real quick? Good stuff. So yeah, man, it's, Leslie, you can speak to this as well. It's my wishes for you both is, number one, first and foremost, safety. Go over there, fish, have a blast, and take it in, man, because being around the Classic, I will say I've been to I was at the very first Red Crest ever, back in my boat days. I had just moved over to Team Nitro there, and so I had a chance to rub shoulders with the KVDs and the Edwin Evers. Actually, sitting behind me is an autographed hat from Edwin Evers from that day, from the very first Red Crest. KVD was there, Timmy Horton, all these things, and it was awesome. But I got to tell you, I went on a media pass a couple years ago to the Bassmaster Classic to cover the kayak stuff, but then I had a chance to go to the Classic itself and walk around. There's no comparison, dude. The Classic is just, it's on another level. It's just the aura, the buzz around it. Yes, if you take a couple $100 with you, you can spend it faster than you realize there because they've got some great deals. You'll be trying to find ways to stuff rods, as a carry-on on a plane ride home because you can buy rods cheap there. And it's just a cool, and that's what I hope you guys do is take that experience in, man, and just, for sure, don't let anything that happens in the tournament deter from that because it is an awesome, awesome deal there. I personally think, number one, I think you two are gonna do just fine. Leslie, you keep fishing the way you fish, and Nick, you fish the way you fish, and I think you'll be surprised at how well those Tennessee waters line up with both of you, because there's just so much there from grass to ledges to structure, you name it, you can play with it, on some of those waters. It's amazing.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like Flanagan said, the advantage of that early entry, you get to the Classic Expo on Friday. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And hopefully we find out. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully we find out by the end of this month here where it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
There's only so many bodies of water. What is the Classic on? What body of water are they holding the Classic on?
Tennessee River.
So it's on the Tennessee River itself.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they have posted, is that they're doing the Tennessee River. When they did that, they went out of right at Knoxville in 2023. I might have been on a little bit of a 2023 open binge. All the Damien Tao stuff and all that cruise down there on 23. I've watched all those videos again. Just start getting any kind of information I can get right now.
Obsess much.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
If they do Chickamauga again, that there's no way to explain how massive how it is. You can't. It's like Colorado. It doesn't even. It's like a little finger of that. Like Pueblo is like a little finger of Chickamauga.
Yeah.
Like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they said something like they had like 64 launches or something like that.
Yeah.
You get a little map and it'll be all these dots everywhere, and you're going.
And there's like 4 or 5 in Pueblo.
Yeah,
right.
There's like 2 ramps. Yeah.
I was going to say there's 2 ramps and a few places you can drop a kayak in type deal.
We drove and drove and drove and still didn't get to see most of it. I mean, yeah. So it's good that you're mapping, and it's good that you're going to go early. And like, we learned all that, like you have to have time, and not only that, you're dead by the time you get there. So you need to be able to rest, a little bit, and take rain gear, all that.
I'll tell you that long of a trip, break it into a couple days, right? Don't kill you. Yeah. It's,
I think it was like 2 12-hour drives is what we did.
I pulled Pickwick in one sitting by myself, and that was the dumbest thing because I spent the next 3 days fishing Pickwick in just this haze. I was just, I could not recoup.
Not worth anything because you can't function.
I couldn't recoup from the 18 to 20 hours worth of driving, straight through. It's just like, I feel like I'm just hung over is all it felt like.
Just tired. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely split it up. And if you got a road mate, definitely do that.
It's so fun too, Nick. When we go register, you're going to love it because you're going to see big names, and it's just crazy. You'll see the trophies and the tournament director. Yeah. Everybody's there. It's so fun. Oh, and this is also something I learned. I don't know who I learned this from. You have to take 2 boards with you. Take 2 pitch boards with you, and get them certified.
When you get them measured.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just in case.
We went to Havasu, Matt Collins and Rojas,
That's
and I think Massimo and Kenny Hood. We all went down to Havasu. So I lucked out that. Yeah, you learn so much just going to an event that big because they're so different. They have rules that we don't have.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so stoked.
That's awesome stuff. So real quick here, Leslie. Because we are improving our journalistic skill sets, I was telling Nick about this earlier. we've done a little investigating into the champ, 2-time defending state champion. We did a little investigating, so bear with me a sec here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna share a couple things here, or maybe I'm not. Hang on.
Oh, great.
Okay, I think I know what I need to do here. And pull. Oh, yeah. So here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna share just the screen instead. Let's go
Dear God,
to
did you guys make
entire screen. Okay, so we got that. What we have here, folks, your 2-time defending champ. Is it? There it is. We have for you the very first bass that Leslie ever caught.
Yeah.
Right there
Cool.
was shore fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just dating, huh, dear? So he's like, hey, want to go fishing? Sure.
Look at this gangster look. If you guys were just dating, no one. Look at this. She's just like, sup, playa? Boom, here's a bass.
There you go. There you
Eric
go.
had no chance. He had no chance right now.
Yeah. No,
Putty.
he just handed me the casting, and I had a spinnerbait on it, and I was just knocking it off the tree stumps, and there you go. Oh, we went night fishing too. There you go.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, bam.
Look at that. Memory lane, dear. I don't even know if he's down here. That was awesome. That was illegally going into golf courses. That was fun.
So just so you know,
Yeah.
Leslie,
Yeah.
he was my source for these pictures. So.
Are you creeping on my pig now?
No, but I look at Freckles behind. You had him. You so had him locked up there.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Now
horse tooth.
he did have this tank that you smashed.
Dang. Yeah, look at that smallmouth. That was my first smallmouth, right? I don't know. That was that was actually a pretty fun day. He was teaching me how to bed fish offshore, and yeah, that smallmouth was pretty darn big. That's great.
And then let's see here. Yeah, I think that's the memory lane here. Of course, let's throw this up there. CKB State Champion 2025. The wind was starting to pick up a little bit there. I do remember that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so great. I was kind of in shock. Actually.
That shield is like half the size of you.
I know. I always tell Eric. I think everyone thinks of me as one of the dudes, but I'm like 5'2".
And this is a great shot.
Yeah.
Looking lean, mean fishing machine, Nick. I love it. Looking good,
I don't know
buddy.
about lean, but I do like to fish. That's for sure.
That's great.
Now these
I
are
was
some
definitely
great
going
shots.
for that shield. Let's not get it twisted. I'm still
Right.
while I'm excited that I get to go, and I met one of my longer term goals sooner than I thought. I still wanted that damn shield, and I still wasn't going to try and give it to you for free.
Right.
So she definitely came in and kicked me in the teeth and took it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we weren't on the kayak going, "I'm coming for you, sucker."
No, not like that.
No, that's one of the nice things about CKB is no one is really like that, but we all know that if you do beat people in this club, you had to go earn it, right? Because they're not going to roll over for you and get out of your way. I mean, I might move a spot for somebody that I know has a chance, right? Just out of common courtesy, because I'm hoping when the shoe's on the other foot, they do the same for me, one day, that whole, scratching backs. But yeah, no, it's not one of those things. And I'm not even a contender anymore with that stuff. So but it's cool to know when you do well against that field, you had yourself a day, right? So
I was telling
awesome
Sharon
stuff.
at the end of she says, "How was it?" And I was like, we were all fighting for our lives out there. You know what I mean? We were all jumping and hopping and dropping. And I was just like, when I came around the corner and you were standing with Brian White and you put your hands up, I thought, oh, dang, you know?
Well, no, I was like, yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
You killed it.
I know, but when you did that, I looked at Eric and I'm like, no way, you know, like, because I swore someone was sandbagging, especially Chin Char.
Oh, let me tell you a little story about Chen Char. With about an hour left, Chen and I kind of ended up being in the same cove. I see Chen catch a fish. I'm like, hey, was it a good one? He goes, no, it wasn't too good. It was like only like a 15. I'm thinking, man, 15 would be great right now.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. He was like, oh, well, hey, dude, here, take my punch setup. The one that he just caught that fish with. And I was like, oh, are you not doing very good? He was like, no, I need like a 17 and I might win this thing. I'm like, you're going to give me your rod that you're catching fish on?
Yeah.
Like what a great dude. But also, come on, Chen, what's wrong with you, man? Don't give up the rod you're catching fish with.
Yeah.
But
so we're fighting
it just goes to show.
Yeah.
Everybody's just so cool. Like, and Eric came up and congratulated me after, and you could tell he was still gnawing on just being out of it, because I think he took fourth, if I recall.
Fourth
and
or fifth.
So he was still kind of chewing on it, and you could tell, but you could still also tell that, you know, everybody was genuinely happy as well.
Oh yeah.
Fourth,
which is a weird mix.
I'm always so happy for everyone that wins, and I truly feel like everyone feels the same way about everyone else. I do. Yeah. When they win, yeah.
You know, I will say that is the thing that I missed the most after doing a real limited run this year. It wasn't competition. Like I said, it wasn't that anymore for me. I've spent a lot of years doing that in football, football and hockey and competing. So when fishing, started to compete with fishing, that doesn't drive it for me anymore. What I missed the most was just being around the people. So I the awards there, I kind of sat back and just kind of took some stuff in and just listening to people chat and watching the thing. And yeah, that part I do miss. I miss the camaraderie piece. And so, yeah, that's what I look forward to. And of course, my man, Jason and Justin, those two are freaking hilarious to hang out with. The three of us in camp, and then Nick stopped by and Flanagan stopped by, and that was awesome. That's just that's what it's for me nowadays. That's really where it holds its deal. But it's a special group over at the CKB. What has been built there, and I hope that it continues on just the same way, and that the things continue on that, because I'm looking forward, and I'm going to be anxious to see where you guys go next year. For the first time, I won't be joining the meeting there, just because it's with us kind of stepping back from that. My opinions really shouldn't have any bearing whatsoever now, on where you guys go. But I'll be watching, because if you're going to cool waters, yeah, probably jump in a couple there. And I'm actually trying to get my kid into this. He's 23. And he's getting his fish sense back. He used to be on the back of my boat a lot, and so if we could throw him in a kayak and get him out there to come out with you guys, I think that'd be a ton of fun.
Oh yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure. Well, listen, you guys had a freaking awesome season. Nick, I apologize sincerely I was thinking it was Arledge. Screw Arledge. No.
Well,
it was. He had a hell of a season too.
Matt Arledge is going to win a bunch of stuff. Like, that's a pretty safe bet. He was in the lead for most of the year. That guy's just ridiculous. He's such a good fisherman. He's super consistent too. Yeah, for sure. And I think that's why. But yeah, to know now that it was you and Lovell down there, to realize that just makes my heart smile, man. That's so awesome to see you guys out there just whooping tail like that on the consistency level over and over again. AOI title, Allee, is it in your future?
I hope so. I mean, I always try my best. So I know we actually didn't do a lot of the tournaments for CKB this year. We did just enough to do the championship ourselves. It just didn't work out with the schedules, And I have to think about it too, like it's two of us, not just one of us. So that kind of plays a little bit different when both of you have to register and both of you have to, take off work, and it's a little bit different.
And you guys don't have any kids at home anymore, though, do you?
We do. We have our two boys. Yeah. So we have Eric Jr. And then we have my son, Joseph, and he's a senior in high school right now. So still got
Gotcha.
the dudes. So
You got a house of dudes.
all dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
See,
I'm one of the dudes. No.
right? See, Brickland's on the opposite. He's got a house of estrogen.
Oh, women.
He's got a pair of twin daughters that are like, I think, want to say 5 or 6, and then he's got a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, something like that. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That dude, he just gets, he daddy. He gets it from all sides there. And I had a daughter that was little ones. He just wrapped around the fingers
Yeah.
for sure. Good stuff. Well, listen, I think all the great supporters out there. Is there anybody you guys that we didn't mention here that you want to make sure to throw a shout out to here, Nick? Have I forgotten anybody along the way here? I actually have one once you guys are done.
Yeah, I mean, not from me. I don't have a bunch of sponsors and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
to all the people in the club that have whooped my butt and made me better. Flanagan, Matt Collins. Shout out to Matt Collins out there doing the Lord's work. And Leslie, Eric, Chenchar, Matt. Love all the Matts, Arledge, all the rest of them. And then Sharon and James for all the work they do for CKB, and then Matt Flanagan for all the work he does for CKB, so we can go chase fish.
That's awesome stuff. And Eric's over here talking about new waters for Boyd. You be quiet now, Freckles. Your microphone runneth over now. But I did like this. Arledge equals McLovin. That's pretty good. That's all right.
McLovin.
Yes, that was the shout out that I too wanted to give there is to a former guy that was always in the fight to win AOI or any one of the events. Matt Collins out is on deployment right now. Thinking about you, Matt. We love you, man. Appreciate the work you're doing. As always, huge. Big prayers, positive vibes. Heading out there, get his butt back and get him fishing again. That'll be good. Leslie, I'm betting Eagle Claw Trocar played a part in your season.
Oh yeah. I mean, gosh.
I mean, they were around.
I just in the backseat. I get to see all the insides of everything that happens. So I'm just grateful. They do have really good. I mean, I learned on their hooks. That's all I've ever really. I've used a couple other things, but I mean, yeah. Definitely Eric and mentoring me and showing me, all the fundamentals and helping me get in the kayak off the trailer. And I love you, Dare. All the friends, all the fishing friends, all the positive vibes, everybody. I mean, I can't even, everybody's comments and, I genuinely think it's just a really good group of people that just really love being outdoors and cheering each other on, and it's just all the friendships, all the friends. Yeah,
you can see it too, man, when you're at these awards and you see people genuinely getting excited for others' success. Right, seeing the two of you, knowing that the two of you are going to go represent CKB up there, flat out, dude. That was just like hell yeah. As a member of that group and watching that, it just, you love seeing the success for people that have worked hard to make it happen and that are good people and deserve to go there. And once again, we got some great representation going that's going to represent our state out there, on the national stage. Wish it was a little closer, but it is what it is. And who knows, Nick, if you need somebody to drive, man, I might be road ready by that time. And I could be your road homie if you need it, man. Let me know. Yeah.
All right. We might have to work that out. You can go down there and you'll be down at the expo.
That's what I'm saying. I'll go.
Giving everybody a bunch of stuff.
This it might work out because it was a great networking deal for us. We got a lot of in who knows, man. If you can seal up, I'll tell you some guys that said they wanted to work with us, but you got to follow up with these guys or they lose track. Because that's Randy Howell and Ty I think is how his name. is pronounced. Those two guys that are always clowning each other online. I've met Ty before and got a chance to meet Randy at the Classic. Told him what our mission was. They loved it. They said, "Let us know how we can get help you with that, man." So there's some pros out there that absolutely would love to get behind some of this stuff. It's just a matter you got to have details and put that stuff together. So yeah, it's always a good deal to head into that next. Next step there. And Eric says, "I'm Leslie's rod tackle caddy." That's right.
Yeah, buddy.
Flash boy.
A kayak caddy.
He's my caddy.
Now that could be.
My caddy daddy. No.
Oh yeah. Freckles got a new nickname.
Yeah, I can't
The
believe you did
caddy
that to him.
daddy. That one might stick. I'm just saying. All right, guys. Well, listen, we've gone over the witching hour here. Awesome stuff. I can't thank you guys enough for taking time out of your Sunday evening to come hang out with us on the Double S here, dude. This was super cool. It was awesome seeing you guys. I can't wait to see what you guys do next on this. As it gets closer, let's circle back here as once you guys know kind of where it's at, and maybe sometime in January, February range, get you guys on here and see where you're at. See if you've gone blind on maps yet, Nick, and you're searching because that'll be like 4 months in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of map searching. That's for sure.
Awesome stuff. Thank you both so very much. You guys take care, and hopefully, if you're fishing over the wintertime, please be safe out there, and because that's silly stuff on the ice. But
well, congrats, Leslie. Way to go! And I'll see you in Tennessee.
Yes.
All right, thank you guys.
Let's go put up some numbers.
There you go.
Let's win. Let's
do
manifest it right now. Yes.
I'm down for another 1-2 finish. I'll allow you to take first as well. Let's do it.
You do the mapping, and I'll make some boards. I'll make some manifestation boards.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Could have going in there with some voodoo, y'all. You got about to put it down.
Hey, I'll take whatever luck I can get.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. You guys take care, and we'll be chatting with you soon.
Okay, see you later.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Have a good one.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for another episode of the Double S Podcast. Next week, next Sunday, we will be live. I'm working on a special guest here. We're going to start as we enter into the winter time. We start to get these shows stacked up a lot more. As we run through the summer and into the fall here, a lot of times we kind of, this stuff is on the fly a little bit for us to make sure that we have this. But then the week after that, we're heading to the Big Bass Bash down at Lake of the Ozarks. My first time going to this amazing event put on by Eco Fishing Shop. One of the coolest events that you'll see. It's one event that they put on. They don't do any other, no series or anything. It's just one big monstrous event where they give away like a $50 bajillion worth of kayaks and equipment and gear and tackle, and serve you a bunch of great food at the deal. It's just an amazing event, and for the past 2 years we've been unable to attend that because of scheduling. But this year we scheduled it in. I batted my eyelashes to the wife, and she's given me the green light that I can make that run there. So we're already prepping stuff. So that one will be recorded that Sunday, or who knows? Maybe we shoot live. Actually, no, we'll be on the road coming back here. So, yeah, that'll be recorded. But next week, we'll also be live as well. So we'll have an announcement for you in the middle of the week. With that, as far as who the guest is going to be, I think, we got all the announcements in. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. As always, we say tight lines. We say be safe. But this big one, man, remember those buddy checks. And above all, take care of each other out there. We'll see you next week, folks.